Hi everybody. I am Dr. K. Ramanan, Associate Professor of Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. This video I am going to explain the subject Internet Programming. This Internet Programming, the first unit is website basics like HTML and CSS Web 2.0. So in that first I am going to explain the objective of this Internet Programming. So what is the main objective of this Internet Programming, this subject? To understand different Internet technologies. So through this subject you have to learn different Internet technologies about. Then to learn Java specific web service architecture. Then first of all I have to know that, so what is Internet Programming? So Internet Programming is referred to the writing and markup and coding involved in web development, which include web content. You have the web client and the server, scripting and network security. So in that, the website designing, the most common language used for web programming are XML, HTML and JavaScript and PHP and Perl, etc. So in that, first we are going to discuss about first chapter 1, that is Web Essential. So in that Web Essential we are going to study about, so first of all, so what is website? So what is website? A website is a set of related web pages typically served from a single web server. So the website is hosted on at least one web server accessible via networks such as the internet or a private local area networks. Okay. So this website I am going to use such any kind of collections of data. Okay. So this website can usually be accessed from a simple URL, that is Uniform Resource Locator. So otherwise is called as web address. Okay. The URL of the page is organized them into hierarchy, the hierarchical representation. So the website is having number of terminologies. So first terminology is internet. Normally, the internet. So what is internet means? Internet is a collection of computers around the world connected to each other via high-speed series of networks. And www is World Wide Web. The World Wide Web or web consists of a vast assortment of file and documents, so that are stored on the computer and written in some form of hypertext markup language, that is HTML. Then server, the computer that store the files is called as server because they have serve requests from many users at the same time. So browser is otherwise called as web browser. Is a program that displays web pages and other documents on the web. For example, we have used Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Firefox, etc. Then HTML. This HTML or hypertext markup language is a authoring language that describes how a web page should be displayed by a web browser. So the HTML, it has two essential features. So first one is hypertext. So hypertext means when a visitor clicks a link on a web page, it leads to another web pages. Okay. So first see the diagram. You have the server. When a visitor clicks on the link, a particular link, a single web page viewed a browser, a server or web server So through your browser, you are searching any kind of websites. How to use the web pages based on our request. The request will send to the particular server, automatically searching our input request, then find processing and find our request, give the response to the client. Okay. So the web pages are there is HTML stored on a server. Okay. So next, what is meant by internet? So internet is a vast electronic networks connecting many billions of computers from every corner of the world. The internet is a global networks of networks. Okay. Normally, we say that we have to use the internet. We need that is a modem and computers. Then that is ISP lines. These are the components of internet. Next, we are going to discuss about internet terminologies. So, what are the terminologies used in the internet? So, first of all, is a host. So, host is a computer connected to the internet. Is commonly referred to as host. So, communication services. Normally, you have used a lot of email. So, all of them used to email. The data is passed back and forth between the host computer using packets and protocols, such as for example for email, for messaging, for file transfer protocol FTP, for moving the file, the telnet for accessing the information, the hypertext transfer protocol, that is HTTP, for serving a website custom protocol, that is etc. So these are called as communication services. Okay. Next, another one, that is ISP, that is provider, internet service provider. I heard about the company name of the that is Airtel, Reliance, BSNL, so Vodafone, Jio, like that. That is the name of the provider. The internet itself is decentralized. It's completely responsible for the total control of the particular area. However, the connections to the internet is partially controlled by internet service provider, that is ISP. Okay. So online. When a computer is connected to the internet, that is online. So the computer is connected to the internet, so automatically it's online. So hyperlink. So hyperlink is one of the allows a user to quick move from one web page to another, even if the page are on different server, different parts of the web. Next, hyperlink. The user to quickly move from one page to another. Suppose we have through this browser open any one web page. How to go one page to another page through link or clicking any other menu or anything. Okay. Even if the page of a different server in different parts of the web, then we have to use the protocols. So they are pre-established means of communication. For the example protocol, that is TCP/IP, then SMTP also. So what is TCP/IP? So transmission control protocol or internet protocol. So TCP is a protocol that establishes a virtual connection between destination and the source and destination of the virtual connection. The TCP is guaranteed delivery of the data and also guarantee that packets will deliver the same order. That is IP, internet protocol. It is responsible for packing the little packets of information and delivering them from source to destination. Next, another one is the client server model. The TCP/IP use the client server model for communication, in which computer use a client, that is request, and to provide a service such as sending a web page by another computer, a server in the networks. Okay. So in that networks, you have to use the address, that is IP address. So it is the address of the machine. It is a 4 bytes unique number. For example, 121.195.95.1. That is your 4-byte unique to number that identifies system on the internet. Okay. So domain name system, domain name service, DNS, telling text to our machine IP address, so allow the user to the DNS and proxy for the IP address. So the IP address often provided by the ISP. So each site, that is website, must register the name for a cost through the DNS hosting service. So DNS host service then used to convert our text DNS address to the digital IP address for equivalent for this particular domain. Okay. Next, World Wide Web, that is www. It consists of website and page served on the internet via HTTP. It is name itself. The user can travel from one site to another by clicking or hyperlinks, one page to another page. Just clicking any hyperlinks or any menu, the text, graphics, sound and video can be accessed. A hypermedia based system for browsing the internet services. Okay. Next, the basic internet protocols. These basic internet protocols, we have to use the handshaking process, the three-way handshaking of TCP/IP process. We have to use the protocols. So protocols is a set of rules and regulations that is implemented at both end of the communications channel for a proper exchange of information. We have to use the TCP/IP. Okay. Let's see the diagrammatic representation. For example, the user A and user B. The user A want to send the data from A to B. Now, before that, first you send the synchronous message from A to B. A send the synchronous message to the B. The B is receive the synchronous message and then send to the acknowledgement. I have received your message. So B sent the message to A, synchronous message plus acknowledgement. Then receive the synchronous and acknowledgement message to A, and the A again send to the synchronous message to B. This is a three-way handshaking of TCP/IP process. Okay. Next, another one, that is UDP. So UDP, say a user datagram protocol, is connectionless and reliable protocol. Okay, this does not require making connection with the host to exchange of data. So source port and destination port learn UDP checksum data. This is a UDP diagrammatic representation. Next, that is FTP, that is file transfer protocol. The file transfer protocols used to copy the file from one host to another host. So see the diagrammatic representation. Now the client server, this client send the data to the server through this internet. So automatically server is searching based on the client request, searching the particular process, and then find the result, then send to the client. This is normally we have used file transfer protocol. So then what is the difference between FTP and TFTP? Okay, the FTP and TFTP. FTP is file transfer protocol. So this authentication is done before transferring the file. But TFTP is no authentication. Okay. Then the underlying the protocol implies TCP, but the TFTP, the protocol is UDP. The FTP is the protocol is TCP and FTP is UDP. Support size is that is 20 and 21 for data transfer. But TFTP is for 3214 and 694012 was used. So telnet. Telnet normally is a protocol used to log in the remote computer on the internet. Okay, see the diagram, computer A and B that communicate through A and B, through these networks, we communicate the data. For A is a host computer. From this A, you have to log in the computer B and find out some of the data or searching any kind of data and found then again to remove the connection. So then next, hypertext transfer protocol, that is HTTP. So HTTP is a protocol, it's a communication protocol which defines the mechanism for communication between the browser and the web server. So it is also called as a request and response protocol. Why? So because of the communication between browser and the server take place in a request and response pair. So we want to study about HTTP request. Okay. So the HTTP request comprises of lines which contain a request line, header field and message body. While the HTTP request contains the request line, header field and message body. So the first line, the request line specifies the request method, that is get or post function that we used. The second line is specified the header which indicates the domain name of the service used. Okay. So that's all about this chapter 1, Web Essential. The next topic is going to discuss about the next slide. Okay.